Needless to say, but I'm going to say it anyway, the National Football League will be nothing without the contributions of historically black colleges and universities. And yet, in the last 2 years, a grand total of 1 player from an HBCU has been drafted. That's going to change this year, thanks to events like the HBCU Combine and the Legacy Bowl. Here to help us highlight some of the HBCU prospects who could hear their names called this weekend is our man, Steve Wyche. All right, Howard University's own Steve Wyche here to give us a scouting report and a projection on some of these brothers. Let's start off with Will Adams, defensive back from Virginia State. What's the word on him?
Yeah, Will Adams, a real good size, about a 6'1", 195-pound, slot corner, slot safety, big hitter. Probably be a late-round draft pick, a day 3 pick if he gets drafted. He'll be in someone's camp, could end up being one of these unrestricted free agents or undrafted free agents, but a real cerebral player. Already got his electrical engineering degree guy. So someone who's very smart, real physical player, had a real good HBCU combine, blew it off the charts, had a real good week of practice at the Legacy Bowl. So real interesting prospects who'll be on somebody's camp.
Man, that sounds great. That sounds great. How about, tell me about Michael Badeo. I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Edge guy from Texas Southern. What does he bring to the table?
Badeo is how he pronounced it. Started out at SMU. Real interesting players, tested well, good size, a decent sack guy. Probably be undrafted, but he'll be in someone's camp. A physical player. Had a really good Legacy Bowl practice week, pretty decent in the game. But again, he's got the Division 1A pedigree starting at SMU before he transferred out. So he's someone teams have had an eye on for a while. Decent production, not superstar production, but someone who's absolutely going to be in somebody's camp.
Okay. Next up, we got Marquise Bell, DB out of Florida A&M, the Rattlers.
Now, this guy's going to get drafted. He will probably be drafted between the 3rd and the 6th round. He is a safety, kind of slot safety, can cover the tight end guy. He is a very valuable type of player who you can move, again, to man up on a tight end, a physical player, a big-time talent, got great size. So he's someone whose name is going to be called at that podium. And, I know a lot of teams have really had their eyes on him because of the versatility and the size and the physicality. So he is one of the elite players coming from one of these HBCU programs.
Defensive MVP at the Senior Bowl? Was that him?
The Senior Bowl week, yeah, he was there. Marquise Bell, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's go to the O-line. We see him there, Jatire Carter from Southern. Baton Rouge.
Southern U, yeah.
Represent.
Baton Rouge. Another player who's going to get drafted. Big interior player, a guard. A lot of teams have brought him in for private workouts. After all the combines, you see him there at the Senior Bowl. Had a very strong week matched up against top flight D1A competition. So, again, interesting player, but teams really, really like him. His name will be called during the draft.
All right, help me with the pronunciation, make sure I got it right. Is this Deshaun or Deshaun Dixon out of Norfolk State defensive end?
Yeah, Deshaun Dixon, real interesting player. Looks the part, right? We saw him at the Legacy Bowl, one of the dudes who gets off the bus, like NFL physique, NFL frame. He likely will be drafted probably fifth through the 7th round. He's been working out postseason with Chuck Smith, the sack trainer, guy who won on Miller and a bunch of players. Chuck has told me that this guy, athletically, work ethic, body-wise, has performed better in his postseason workouts than guys projected to go in the 2nd round. So someone's going to find a gem in Deshaun Dixon. Again, looks the part, got great size, incredibly physical, and has got a tremendous upside. So I'd expect him to get drafted again on day 3, probably 6th or 7th round.
All right, Steve, tell us about Jacoby Durant, who comes from, I call it, for my old school hip hop fans, that's EPMD University, South Carolina State. That's where Eric and Parrish were. So tell us about Durant.
And look, he comes from the university that has put more players in the Pro Football Hall of Fame than Clemson and South Carolina combined. SC State, 4 Pro Hall of Famers. Darius Leonard, currently the star of SC State. But to Jacoby Durant, the MEAC Defensive Player of the Year, a feisty corner, right? He is undersized, but all these NFL personnel people I talk to, they love him. They love his tenacity. They love his ball skills. He could end up, along with Marquise Bell, as one of the highest players from an HBCU drafted. This guy's going to be a steal again. Heart and tenacity. That's really what these teams like about him.
Okay, I'm feeling that. All right, let's go to the QB spot. Out of Alabama A&M, Akil Glass.
Yes, and for years I mispronounced it until he finally checked me. It is actually Akil Glass.
Akil, okay.
Two-time Black College Football Hall of Fame Player of the Year, dynamic talent. But it's weird, in speaking with him recently, he said his phone hasn't been ringing much, so he's not expected to get drafted. This is a huge surprise. He's about a 6'4", 220-pound guy with a huge arm. Comes from a system, an RPO system, where he just didn't have to do a whole lot, but just athletic-wise, gifted-wise, he'll be in somebody's camp. I mean, he's going to get a shot just because, again, he's just that good and so dangerous, and he tore teams apart that he played against. But just at this quarterback position, which isn't supposed to be that deep, teams are projecting him to be an undrafted free agent, but he'll get a shot as in somebody's camp.
See, I appreciate you, Steve, man. Like, you're willing to check us on our pronunciations. I'm going to need it here because what I want to say, no, I've been checked. This is good. I want to say Trey Gross, but it's probably Trey Gross. Oh, no, it's Gross? Okay, all right. Trey Gross,
nailed it.
Wide receiver from Delaware State.
Yep, big-bodied guy. Probably a 7th-round pick or an undrafted guy. Huge week at the HBCU Combine and the Legacy Bowl. Look at it. You see him, a big-bodied guy. I mean, physically, just, unreal. Played basketball at Delaware State. Incredible hops. Great 50-50 ball catcher. But he busted a 4.6 in the 40. Scares some teams off. But the thing that's helped him is he has played on every special team at Del State. We know starters, regardless of the level, rarely play on special teams. That's how he's going to make an NFL roster. And that's what he says is really something he loves to do. And that attitude, again, is something that's going to kind of keep him in the NFL for years.
All right, let's talk about one of Primetime's guys, outside linebacker from Jackson State, James Houston.
Beast. He's had some really good postseason bowl work. Tested off the charts, got great size. Again, an edge player. Expect him to be drafted. Good against the run. Excellent speed. Okay, maybe not so much of the big pass rusher. He can drop in coverage, but he's someone that is expected to get drafted. And again, playing for Dion, he got some of the exposure, so everybody has seen him. But just he continues to shine in his postseason testing and things like that. Well liked. So I'd expect him again to be a day 3 draft pick.
Okay.
Last but not least, Joshua Williams. He's a cornerback out of Fayetteville State. What's up with Joshua?
Big-time player, big-bodied corner. Really showed out at the Senior Bowl. One of 4 players from HBCUs to get invited to the big combine. He will be drafted. Look at the length on him in that picture you're showing right there. Good, a big physical corner. Could be drafted day 2, more likely day 3. But teams really love him. The way he contested some of the D1 talent, 1A talent at the Senior Bowl just had scouts going crazy. Again, one of 4 players invited to the Combine after years of 1 or no players from HBCUs getting invited to the Combine. So that's a big step. And guys, you've also heard me mention about 4 or 5 or 6 guys who are going to get drafted. Remember, over the past 2 years, only 1 player from an HBCU has been drafted. So this is going to be a big step, and that's a credit to these guys and their programs for getting ready.
Well, also credit to you, Steve Wyche, and the work that you're doing, bringing awareness to these guys, much in the tradition of Hall of Famer Bill Nunn. You talked about the guys that's in the Hall of Fame through HBCUs. His all-star team back at the Pittsburgh Courier encouraged teams and gave them the scouting reports, much like you're doing right now for NFL Network. Before we let you go, man, you joining us from the road. You are in Canton, Ohio. Tell the people why, man. This is a great, great family story. This is our nephew doing big things.
Our nephew doing big things, Mike. Yep, my youngest son, Jeremy, getting ready to take a job with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We're up here moving him in right now. He interned there last year. You know, he knows how much I love it, all the work that I've done for the years for the network with the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And of course, the Black College Football Hall of Fame is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So he's going to be doing some stuff with that. So real proud, a real happy time for a happy dad, mom, to be shepherding our son into his new career and his new life.
Oh, man, that's fantastic.
That's
Michael and I got that to look forward to one day.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. And you listen, my Aunt Cheryl lives right up the street. If he likes ribs, she makes the best ribs in the entire state of Ohio. So let's just put that on his radar.
Done. Appreciate you guys, man.
We appreciate you, man. Thanks for taking the time to do this and bring awareness to these top 10 HBCU prospects. And like you said, man, we should definitely see quite a few of them hear their name called. And if not, definitely be invited to some NFL camps, because the NFL is not what it is without the contributions of HBCUs. Howard University's own Steve Wyche. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
Steve Wyche, great job,
All right,
man.
pal.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Be good.
All right, Steve Wyche giving us the information about HBCU players. We'll see if any are drafted tonight. We're going to wrap up BFA from Vegas. And you know, they always say about Vegas, what happens here stays here. So y'all don't need to keep in mind that I gave Michael Smith those hands in Vegas. All right, we won't bring that up on Monday. Gave him hands like Sugar Ray once gave to Marvin Hagler right here down the street. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.